everyone, it's Fortnon here from Superuser project.io. In today's video, I'm going to take a computer that has a hard drive and upgrade it to an SSD for a beyond massive speed improvement. Now, I did a video about how much of a difference this makes, but now we are actually going to do it in a computer. So first of all, you will need to copy all your data over to the new SSD if that's what you plan to do. You don't have to do that. You can use a Windows install drive or something like that. But if you do want to do that, you can use this program called Macrium Reflect. So then you also want to choose an SSD, and you need an adapter cable if you choose to clone it. So I'm going to use this SSD right here, and for an adapter cable, we can just look right here and you can just get something like this or something like. So this computer here has a hard drive, and we are going to be upgrading it with the Silicon Power SSD. So let's get right to it. The first thing that we will need to do is remove all these screws along here. Okay, so now that all these screws are removed, we can set them aside right here and we can work on the CD drive. So all we will need to do is pull these out right here. Now every computer is different, but this is how this one is. Now we will need to get in here to pry, because that's how this computer works. So I'm going to grab a prying tool and just pry right along right here. One thing that I forgot about is that there are some screws right here. So we will need a smaller bit to get those out. Okay, so now we should be able to remove the case, the bottom casing. And here are the internals of the computer. So now for safety measures, we have this anti-static wrist strap that we will clip right here on the computer. We want to clip it to some metal object. And now, right here, we have the hard drive. So what we will do is remove this cable for the ports that go over the hard drive and hopefully get that out of the way. And then we can remove this cable right here, and then we can unscrew the hard drive mount. Okay, so now we will take the hard drive out and remove the cable from it. Now let's set this computer aside. Okay, so now we have the hard drive casing here and the hard drive. Okay, so this has screws around it that mount the case to the hard drive. This is just like a mounter, and different computers have different ones. Now that that is done, we can remove these casings from the hard drive. And now we can set the hard drive aside and pull out the SSD. Now we want to line up the SSD properly. And then we want to screw it back to the enclosure. Okay, so now we have the SSD mounted in the enclosure. Let's install it back into our computer. Okay, so now let's mount the enclosure back into our computer. So the first thing that we will need to do, flip the enclosure around the right way and connect these cables back to it. Now we can seat it properly and screw it in. Okay, now that that is done, we just need to connect these to the proper spots and connect the other cable back. Now let's fit the case. Okay, now let's put in these screws. Now I'm not cloning these drives, so now we just need to install Windows. Until next time, we will see you next time. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Until next time.